experiences. We're not saying mountaintop experiences, okay? These aren't all happy, clappy moments. When we talk about peak experiences, it doesn't mean the hills are alive with it. It's not that. It's not that. These are jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, life-changing moments when people encounter the God of the universe. Ooh, and they're going to make decisions. Am I going to trust? Am I going to surrender? It changes everything. So Moses is on the top of Mount Sinai receiving the 10 Commandments, among other instructions. And what we read in the book of Exodus is that to the Israelites, the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. And by the way, they were terrified. If you read the story, they say to Moses, we're not going up there. You go up there. But if you keep reading the story, the blazing presence of God now descends and abides in this tabernacle, in this one section. We call it the Holy of Holies, or the most holy place. Later, the same thing would happen at the temple. It's a symbol of God's presence with his people. But if you'll remember, they couldn't go into the Holy of Holies. Only the high priest, only once a year. But after Jesus, after the sacrifice, after the veil is torn, there is no separation now. It's different. Here's what you need to notice. When the blazing, glorious presence of God descends, he descends now and on everyone. God doesn't change the course of history now by picking people out and saying, you're going to get all of me. It isn't just the Hall of Famers. It isn't just those people in that 120 that are going to have churches and schools named after them. Everyone, the unnamed people, we don't even know on this side of eternity, they all get the power, the presence of God in them. It says that they were all filled with the Holy Spirit. Now, Holy Spirit. Last week, Pastor Nathan taught us, and man, what a cool job he did, right? Just what a great job he did. Mr. Davis, we are so blessed for the teachers who teach us here. Man, these guys and gals are, they help me, they fill my soul. I'm just so grateful for them. But he began a conversation about the Holy Spirit. We're going to keep talking about the Holy Spirit. In fact, in the fall, we're going to look at some of the most beautiful, powerful, I just think there's some of the best, it's the heart of Jesus. These are the last words of Jesus that he gives his disciples. These chapters in the Gospel of John, we're going to look at this over time. But in a couple of those chapters, Jesus explains who the Holy Spirit is. So we'll come back to this, but let me just say this much. This gets us to the doctrine of the Trinity. Now, I can't explain the Trinity to you.